It's time to get up. Nah. For real. Actual King Smith. Let's go. Wake up. What you sleeping on your life for? Wake up. Every day's a chance for more. Wake up. Hands up. Let the beat thump. Wake up. Hey, wake up. Alarm clock ringing, but your mind still tired. Dreams on snooze, yeah, goals on fire. Everybody talk, but few take steps. Same old excuses, different regrets. I ain't here preaching, I'm here reminded. Pressure make diamonds, time to divine. You got breath in your body, fire in your chest. So why you living like you set up for less? Get up off that couch, move your feet. New mindset every time we meet. No doom scrolling, no fear feet. It's the real talk over funky beats. Wake up. What you sleeping on your life for? Wake up. Every day is a chance for more. Wake up. Hands up, let the beat thump. Wake up. Hey, no cape, no crown, still king energy. Talk my truth, that's my identity. Life get heavy, yeah, I've been stressed. Still showed up, put hard in the test. If they doubt you, good, prove them wrong. Same doubt, fuel, make you go strong. Ain't waiting on luck, I hustle with faith. Mind on progress, foot on the gas and say what? Say now, say move, say how, say what? Get in the bed, shut up and get up and wake up. It's a moment, don't waste none. Wake up. Sun still rise, so you ain't done. Wake up. Beat knocking, let your soul jump. Wake up. Hey, wake up. Yeah. This ain't motivation. This is a reminder. Wake up.
Let's try this. Goodness gracious. First of all, Frank TV, thank you. I'm sitting here talking this entire time and there was no audio. Why was there no audio not going on? Hold on, let me give myself the buzzer. Man, all right. Hey, appreciate it. Let me start. Hold on, because okay, I don't know why that's not working because it should, and I've got to fix that because I don't even know if my soundboard. All right, let's try this again. What's up? What's good? What's happening? Welcome to my live stream. I am the actual King Smith, and this is my Thursday Zepbound update, in which I give my update for me slimming down, taking the GLP-1 Zepbound. Some people call it a cheat code. I don't care what y'all call it. It's improving my health. So here we go. The audio was jacked up on my side. Goodness gracious. Shout out to Frank TV, Frank Tank TV for letting me know that your boy has some jacked up audio. Okay. So I started out at 288, damn near 300 pounds. Your boy was chuff. There was a comedian out there that combined chubby and buff that said that he was chuff. And I like that word and I started to adopt it. But I've been slimming down. When I stepped on the scale this morning, I saw 250, 250.5. And I'm just under my just under 30 pounds down, almost about to approach down 40 pounds. And it's been a slow, steady race. If I was doing some things different, like being able to exercise a little bit more or better, kind of like the average person would, things would be a lot easier. But I have heart disease. I have what's called hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, and I am unable to exercise the way that the average person would. Seeing that I have a defibrillator installed right over here, like RoboCop. All right. Is my sound effects working? Let me know if my sound effects working. Shout out to B.A. Bajan, BL John 22 BJ. Can't believe I said that in part. Appreciate you tuning in. Mason is in the building, said that, yeah, it was definitely jacked up audio on my part. And we got Ted Gawker in the building, said that I am loud and clear over here after I fix my audio. Okay. And that my sound effects isn't working. That I don't understand why my mic's not working the way that it should. I got to get that fixed. Brian, there we go. I got it correct. I appreciate you letting me know the correct way to say your name, B-Rye. We got Jesse Majas in the building, said that he's got me 5x5. Yeah, I'm good now. I still don't understand why my soundboard isn't working over here. With me being down almost 40 pounds, I've had to buy a whole new wardrobe. I'm able to get up and move in the morning and move a lot faster. And just having that bad weight's bad. So if you're somebody that's thinking about taking a GLP-1, thinking about taking something like Manjaro, Zepbound, talk to your doc, get it approved, and watch for the symptoms. But for me, I haven't had any symptoms. This week was my first week taking the 12.5 milligram shot. I take it in my stomach because the last time I took it in my leg, I didn't like it. And it ended up hurting for a good 4 or 5 days. So I just take it right there in my stomach using the auto pen projector. With that bad boy, press the button. It administers the medicine. After 10 seconds, take the pen, throw it away. It's that simple. So I'm not having any symptoms. I'm aware of some people that are, but that's just like a lot of water to be able to combat some of the things that it does with my stomach and everything. So that's what I'm doing, and that's my update with the GLP-1 Zepbound. So if you're new to my channel, on Thursdays, I start by giving that update first. And if there's any world that's going on that I want to talk about, I will bring that into the mix as well. So as I wrap up my GLP-1 update, let me make a pivot to what's going on around in the world. I know that there's been some talk about the U.S. President Trump, throwing out tariffs out there and threatening 10 to 25% tariffs on countries like Denmark and Germany to force the sale of Greenland. Old commanders put a little history lesson up in which he gave a history on the last time that there was a purchase of a nation's land. And I thought it was actually kind of interesting and fascinating, as I wasn't aware of the last time that a country had tried to do that, or a nation had tried to buy land from another nation. And I wished I had it up right now. Let me see if I can get it up real quick. Pause. And that's what she said, because I thought that that was fascinating. I'm gonna see if he still not gonna say who it was that put the information up there, but yeah, here it is right here. The U.S. acquired Alaska through the Alaskan Purchase, also known as Seward's Folly or Seward's Icebox at the time, from the Russian Empire in 1867. This is a new one. All right. In the late 1866, Russian Emperor Alexander II authorized renewed negotiations. The Russian minister to the U.S., a guy by the name of Stockel, approached the U.S. Secretary of State William Seward in early 1867. Some private discussions, U.S. agreed to pay $7.2 million in gold, which is about $130 to $150 million in today's dollars, depending on how you measure inflation. The U.S. Senate ratified it through a treaty in 1867, and President Andrew Johnson signed it May 28 of 1867. All right. And then the formal transfer of sovereignty occurred later that year through a ceremony. I don't know if y'all have ever been to Alaska. I've been to Alaska. I've been to Alaska in December. It is one of the first places where I went, where when I landed there, it was 10 degrees. The next day, it was -5. And then it went from -5 to 15 degrees on like day 3. And you go from wearing like whatever that you need to wear to be bundled up to t-shirts and you can even get away with wearing shorts, because that temperature change from -5 to +15 feels that much different. I don't recommend going to Alaska unless you just want to visit and see something dope, different and interesting, because there was definitely not anything there for your boy. The same former commander also gave a history lesson and talked about how the U.S. acquired the U.S. Virgin Islands, St. Thomas, St. John's, and St. Croix, however you pronounce that, previously known as the Danish West Indies, through Denmark with a purchase in 1917, and what the history was with that. So it's not like there hasn't been precedent in the past about acquiring land from another nation. I don't understand why we're going after Greenland. Personally, I don't get it. But also, I'm not a national strategist. I'm just an average U.S. citizen that's trying to do the best that I could do to make it through this world while I'm still alive. But you got a lot of people out there that's up in arms about this. And for me, as I'm thinking about stuff that comes from some of these European countries. If this tariff was to hit, is it going to affect me? Nah, not really. I'm not trying to import any European German-made cars if that tariff does to 20 to 25%. And I've asked this question on my channel before, but who does that affect? Ultimately, I think that it's the consumers that feel it in their pocketbook. If you're looking at some of the imports and things that comes from whenever these tariffs hit. All right. And regarding the GLP-1, definitely said that definitely need help, was taking the meds, but was having headaches daily. It works for me, but can't do headaches at all. Please advise. Man, Brian, okay. I mean, obviously, the answer that I'm going to say is you should talk to your primary care physician about that, right? The couple of people who I know personally who are taking it, the only person that was having issues was having some GI issues, or primarily having GI issues. I know, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, one lady. No, I know 2 ladies who are taking it. 4 guys and 2 ladies who are taking it. And one person was having GI issues, so he had to modify some things. And everybody else were kind of like me. They were symptom free. I'd be curious to know which one you were taking, Brian, and how you were taking it and at what dose. The people that I spoke to, nobody. So that one right there, yeah, you'd have to talk to your doc. I know when I was having a little bit of issues early on, it's because I wasn't taking enough water. So I'd be curious to know if your water intake was at a minimum or a required amount. If you're still tuned in, let me know. Shout out to Willie Reeds in the building, said, bro, we don't even want Greenland. But if you buy any of the cars that come from these imported nations, you'll be the one that absorb the tariff, and that the tariffs affect the consumer. And to the point of who it affects, corporations don't pay that. We, the consumers, do. All right, Brian did follow up on my question, said that it was taking 0.5. I work out daily, but I think that water may have been an issue. This is what I do know. You have to increase your water intake. For me, I never played with it because when I was on Reddit reading about other people before I got into taking it heavy, most of the people that were having issues self-admitted that they wasn't, that they didn't increase their water intake. So that's my advice, not my medical opinion. Definitely talk to your primary care physician about what's going on for sure. Jesse Maha said, way too much put into a Facebook comment, but here's the lowdown. Greenland equals a strategic basing and natural resources. My take on Trump is this. I like some of his policies. I don't like others. I have issues with his rhetoric and the way he goes about implementing the policies. Let me talk about that real quick. I'm the same way. I agree with what you just said. I don't fully support things. I think that his delivery could be a little bit different. I don't question the why on stuff, but I can't sit back and sit in this chair at my desk and say that there hasn't been good things that this administration's done. Because in my opinion, there has been some things, especially as a veteran, as it pertains to veterans benefits and healthcare and things. There's some positive things that have came out, but I'm with you. Now, how he responds to some things, I don't call it presidential. When I think of a president, and I've talked about this on my channel before, there's a certain what's the word? There's a certain way that you have to carry yourself when you get to certain levels, right? And how he chooses to respond to certain things, I think, is reprehensible, absolutely disrespectful. But I can't say that I don't agree with some of the stuff that's, came down, some of the executive orders, and some of the reasons why. Sage Mode Train is in the building and said, now I'm on YouTube with everybody else. Hey, I appreciate that watch time over there, man. Brian said, I appreciate the advice and will put it into use. I'll also be tuning in when you're on. Thanks again. Hey, that's what I'm talking about, B-Rye. I appreciate you. I started doing the Zepbound or Zepdate from there's a guy, it's Darium, and he tunes in. So my Thursdays are when I give my Zepbound update. And I think next week I'm going to show updates to pictures as well, because I'm not quite at 6 months yet, but I'm getting there. I need to go look at my calendar to see when I hit the 6 month mark. And I'm going to show some before pictures and after pictures. The other times that I'm live, it's kind of like this format. I'm talking about things that I'm noticing around the world. So if you're here for my Zepdate or my Zepbound update, that's going to be on Thursdays. The other days, Monday through Friday, when I'm streaming, it's for world news, anything that I want to talk about. So I appreciate you tuning in. And Jesse Maha said, the word that I was trying to find is class. Yes, he doesn't have class. But with what our elected officials are doing and the representatives that they have, there are some things that I definitely do rock with that I think are good for our nation in the long term. And I'm okay saying that. I know some people be like, oh, I can't believe you agree with them. I'm like, I'm able to use discernment to say that, yeah, I think he doesn't have class 100%. But with some of the policies that are out there, it's not like they're bad. But just like how you said, how he goes about implementing it, leaves a lot to be desired. Sagemo said, you know who lives in Greenland? The Bilderbergs. I don't believe he'll try, as he's in bed with them. To me, it's all sleight of hand. Who are the Bilderbergs? Never heard of that name. Are they like the Rockefellers? Let's see. The Bilderbergers. Oh, this is like the Illuminati. Should I have said Bilderbergs? Am I gonna get somebody coming up my doorstep for saying that name? Yeah. Oh man. All right, let me see. Sagemo said that they're worse than the Rockefellers. They're worse than the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds. All right, well, look, I don't want no smoke with them. So shout out to the Bilderbergs. Let me see. There's one other thing that I wanted to cover here that I thought was interesting. And what is this talking about here? Let me see. Why did my producer send me this? I'm not going to talk about that. Something about a trend that's going on in that originated from China called ugly cute. But I'm gonna have to tell my producer to fix what they sent me to talk about. I am going to say this, and then I am going to get offline. Sage Mode Training said he probably for to tell you to kick me. No, man, no, you good. There's not a lot of things that gets people booted, but I appreciate you tuning in. And like my bot said, if you hadn't hit the like button yet, do it and do it now. The Bilderbergs have funded both sides of every war in history. I wonder if something's about to go down before this administration is up. I got two things that I'm going to say, and then I'm going to get off air today as I prepare to start 9 to 5. I think something's going on. And when you look at the increase in defense budget that is trying to hit the FY27 budget, I think that the increase in the defense spending is directly going to correlate to us trying to pop off on something. Just call it reading the tea leaves, right? Something is going to go down. And those that are able-bodied and able to still serve, good luck. Good luck. I think before President 45's administration is over, we're going to see some other type of a conflict that's going to go down. And I think with the way that things ebbs and flows, blood will be spilled. I don't want to be right about that. I hope I'm wrong. But at 41 years old, understanding the way that some things kind of go down, that's just the way that I see it. I hope it's not. I hope I'm wrong about that. All right. Sage Mo said that the precious metals are going to sell today. Hot Boys told you about Tuesdays and Thursdays. Get your money. And that he's going to try to have some type of conflict at the end that keeps him in office. Hey, Sage Mode, I want to say, said a while ago, Sage Mode does live trading and things like that. And he has a Discord that if you follow it, he'll put out different tips and things. I've been into the markets, cryptocurrency, and as of about 2 years ago, precious metals, right? And I was never one that really wanted to invest in gold and silver, but I heard a lot of people, to include Sage Mode Training, talking about precious minerals and things like that. So I went and I bought a couple of ounces of silver that I have in a vault over here somewhere, and gold. And when I look at what I paid for it 3 years ago versus what the price is now, I'm up. So if I wanted to lock in profits on the small amount of precious metals that I have, like actual physical silver and gold, I could. But I'm looking at keeping it for another 10 to 15 years. I want to add, palladium? But I'm curious if now's the time to buy it or if I should wait, right? When because as he said that precious metals are going to sell today. If I see the price of palladium go down, I might try to buy me a couple of ounces of that. Have a little bit of money just sitting in the wings, ready to make my next short-term investment. All right. So he said, yes, stockpile that shit. I am. I wasn't a believer in getting or investing in precious early, but it was something that I read a couple of years ago where I couldn't quite put it into words why I should. But I said, you know what? I'm going to spend a little bit of cheese, buy me some actual physical precious metals, and just hold on to it for a rainy day. Probably shouldn't have said that I have it in my house, though. But I dare anybody to come try to find me. Anyway, I'm the actual King Smith. That's my time. I will see y'all tomorrow morning to close out the week. Hope y'all are getting ready to prepare for Snowmageddon that's going to hit us here in the U.S. If you hadn't been out there buying your milk, bread, and cheese, go out there and do it now. When it's going to snow in Texas, you know we got a problem. But hey, global warming, right? Hit the like button on your way out. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Have a good one.
Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Trumpets play the golden call. A throne awaits, I rise so tall. Drums like thunder, shake the hall. Royal robe, I wear the weight. Diamonds cut the night, no debate. Heavy is the head, but I'm feeling great. Crown me king, crown me king. Horns will shout, let the kingdom sing. Crown me king, crown me king. Bow to the sound, feel the power I bring.